I'm going to show you some devices that you see right here on the mouse pad. These devices can be used in multiple different ways. This is going to allow you to have a very good broadcast. All depends on what you want to use, but these are just connectivity things. These are bypasses. You can bypass through multiple different things. So let me start off with number one, Elgato HD60. Now I got an HD60 just because it's a 1080p, and that's all I need. If I want to do it in 4K, I could go and get another one that could be Elgato HD60 4K or whatever. 60 means 60 frames per second, 1080p. So anyways, now let's put this off to the side. Now I'm gonna bring this in. This is very useful for if you have a PlayStation 3 or anything that has HDCP lock or restrictions. That means you can't just have the HDMI running in to the Elgato and output it into the TV. The reason why is some systems are not allowing you to do that. So what you're gonna run into is a black screen or the flicker black screen, or it's not gonna work all together. So how this is supposed to work, despite having all the HDMI's and all, let's just work with this one. So let's say, for example, this cord connects into your PlayStation, and let's just use this just for example. So here's the PlayStation 3 or whatever you want to call it. You plug this into your PS3, this runs out into the input, then outputs into right here. So one of these two lights will be turned on. So now, since you got one wireless coming out, you have one that connects into the HDMI, the HD Elgato, and it's not really necessary to actually have this since you have this port open already. So I'll run this into the TV, and this will allow you to game record or whatever you want to do with your PlayStation and run it into this, game capture it, whatever you want to do. Now that's just for 1080p. To bypass 1080p and to make it go into 4K, you get the IBIS. The IBIS is the one that does the same thing. It's a bit smaller, and it's only powered by the HDMI. So it does the same thing. You run it from right here into there, converts your 1080p into 4K. Your 4K runs into this, then goes into the Elgato. And then you can put it into the OBS or whatever you like to do it. It's the same concept. That's how it is. Now for the TVs and whatnot, let's not start with this one. Let's start with this one first, then this one last. So we got the Mini AV2 HDMI upscaler to 1080p, and you can do it to 720 by the flick of the switch. This is very useful, and I like this because there's certain things, like say for example, not much that I have is HDMI perfect. The Wii, the first Wii, the Wii don't have HDMI output, so I would connect its connectors, which will be this right here. So this is how it works. You connect the connectors. So this is input. You input AV, then you output HDMI, right? So you plug this into your TV, so you can upscale it to 1080p or whatever. It looks crisp. If you don't want to do that and you want to game capture, like I said, you plug it in right here and you run it from the back right here. You can put this up to the TV, or you could upscale from 1080p to 4K and from 4K into this, and then this into the TV. You see what I'm saying? So this is why this is still here. Now, what if you don't want to upscale it? What if you want to downscale? Now, what you have is a complete opposite. This does a complete opposite. HDMI to AV upscaler. So it still upscales. It has NTC and PAL regions, so you can switch between two different regions. But what happens is that this is the input, and this outputs into a TV that don't have an HDMI. This outputs into maybe a VCR, or there's so much things you could do with this. So many. Too many to even explain on this video, and that's why I'm making this video right now. That it's a must-have, and yes, I am missing more. I am missing more than what it's supposed to be having. So the next one that I'm gonna be ordering is HDMI to coax cable, or coax to HDMI, so I could get cable and convert cable to HDMI, so I can just plug it into the HDMI port of the TV instead of watching it through just its cable box. I can watch it the different way. Even if cable boxes already have HDMI, I want to do it my way because I can make any video 4K. You know what I mean? So there you have it. I have these. That's what it does, and this is a great way to set up a different type of broadcast. You can make any camera into 4K if you wanted to, just by this thing, and it's a puzzle. You got to put it all together. Once you finish with the puzzle, and the thing works perfectly fine, or you see the great big picture. Since you don't know, try it out. Get these. I'm gonna put it maybe in the description, who knows if it's still available, but I will put every link down in the description. And please don't forget to hit that freaking like button, because a lot of people are forgetting to do that, and they just watch it, and yeah, go get it. Thank you. Wow.